Hey everyone, I wanted to give you guys a good look at my goldfish because today's a very clear day and I've got at least 20 of them that have come together here in the shallow end of the pond. So I think like the biggest ones are probably about 7 inches. Those I probably put in about 3 years ago. There's probably a total of like 500 fish in this pond. It's a 5,500 gallon pond. So I'd say there's probably about 500 fish, and that includes like the small minnows, like the rosy reds and some of the madakas and some of the baby goldfish, because there's lots of little goldfish in there too. So what I wanted to tell you guys is like ever since I put these guys in there, right? I mean, there's a noticeable drop in the number of mosquitoes I have in this area, right? This is my tactical trench that I dug out about, I don't know, something like 15 years ago. So this pond over here is the result of, basically I needed a place for the water to accumulate. And it's about 150 feet from a stream. So I've got groundwater, so this never dries out. So I did a little bit more work about 3 years ago. I kind of finished it up last year. For most of last year, it was very muddy in here. But this year it's cleared up nice, and this is like I'm really happy with it. This is I think it's a beautiful natural pond. It's like a dirt bottom, and one of the issues that I had here before putting the fish in here is I would have lots of mosquitoes, like particularly between like 4 o'clock and sundown. Like you couldn't stand in here, right? There would be so many mosquitoes in here, like they'd be like swarming. And like right now, I'm just like standing here. I basically got no shirt on. I'm taking some sun, and no problems with mosquitoes. Now there's still a few mosquitoes in here, but like I got no more mosquitoes here than I have like 150 feet away from this pond where I normally shoot, where I do my shooting. Yeah, I mean there's a few mosquitoes, especially like after 5 o'clock, but there's not any more mosquitoes here than there's anywhere else, because normally mosquitoes lay their eggs in the water, and these guys love eating mosquito eggs and mosquitoes. So the small ones, like the minnows, they'll eat the mosquito eggs, and then the big ones, they'll just grab the full mosquitoes. So I do supplement them. Like I will give them some food. I'll give them a mix of like cat food, goldfish pellets, and goldfish flakes, but that's more of a supplement. I do that maybe 2 or 3 times a week. Especially now in the summertime where I'm trying to grow them a little bit, trying to get them big. But the first year that I put them in here, like I didn't feed them at all. They were just on their own eating the mosquitoes. So they can pretty much live off the mosquitoes and the algae and the plants. Because like goldfish, like 50% or more, maybe 70% of their diet is plants. And then I'll see them all the time. They'll go right up to the plants and they'll just start nipping at them. But if you've got a pond that, like a pond that's like wet year round and you've got a mosquito problem, yeah, listen, go to the pet store, get yourself some goldfish, especially the small ones. They're like 30 cents each. Get yourself $20 worth of goldfish and throw them in your pond, and they're going to take care of your mosquito problems. Like right now, they're really thick over there. Really happy with the way this worked out. There's a beautiful, there's a good one. There's probably an 8-inch upper left. It's got black. It's got like reddish on the underside, and then it's black on the top. There it is, right there. It's easier to see them now that the sun went away. I really like that black and red one. He's about 8 inches. I'll show you guys the rest of the pond. So yeah, you definitely want to put, like, you see I got branches in there that provide shade for them, and that also provides they like structure, the places for them to hide. They like to hang out underneath the brush, the branches. Keeps the birds out, like the herons. Like I got branches all along the edge here, so the herons can't get in there and eat them. So that's a good natural defense. And also the branches that are in the water, they provide a place for the good bacteria to grow that eat up the waste products. Because the goldfish produce lots of waste. They have a what they call a very heavy bioload. So they're pond fish. They're really not good for aquariums. They're good for ponds. So the algae, like if you see like a little bit of how the water is a little bit green, like you want a little bit of algae in there because that produces oxygen for the fish. And it also consumes the waste products, but you don't want it to be like super thick, because then if the algae gets super thick and the water can't penetrate, and the sunlight can't penetrate, then instead of producing oxygen, the algae start consuming all oxygen. So you don't want your algae too thick, but you do want algae in there because the goldfish, they eat it all day. That's why pond fish like eat all day. That's why they get so big in the pond. Anyway, I'll run down the rest of the pond for you guys in case you guys haven't seen it. So this is like about 150 feet long in an S shape. So this is nice because I can kind of walk right along the edge of it. Yeah, see, there's not that many. I mean, there's a few here, but they're mostly like going to the sunny side. So they're way at the other side over there where the sun is. Got a little sprinkler. The sprinkler is good. It's like $20. It helps put more oxygen in the air. There's a couple of small goldfish in there. I can see them underneath the water. So you see how I got branches all along inside the pond and along the pond. And then over here, we'll get to a sunny area where we're going to see more goldfish. Because they really like the sunny area, sunny side. Two really nice ones right there. That one's got he's got like a black mohawk and a mustache. He swam away. A few little ones over there. These are very happy fish. The goldfish love being in the pond. They don't like being in aquariums. Even a big aquarium is usually too small for goldfish. Goldfish will grow about out 12 to 15 inches, over the course of 10 years. This is the really shallow end over here. It's starting to dry up over here because it's been hot lately. So this is like kind of like a reserve over here. So usually it'll end right there. So it's like 5,000 gallons when it's up to here. And then with the reserve having been filled for the last few weeks because of all the rain, it's basically I've had about 5,500 gallons. So now it's dropped. The whole pond's dropped about 4 inches. So goldfish are really good. Like these goldfish in this pond, especially as they start getting bigger and they start approaching 12 inches, it's a good SHTF food source. Because one thing, nobody would expect there to be food in this pond. And the fish basically take care of themselves. They'll eat the mosquitoes and the bugs. Like I've got like at my house, I've got something like, at one point I had like 150 chickens. I'm down to like something like 30 chickens now, 30 chickens and ducks. And the thing is with those, like they're really not self-sustaining unless you got them free ranging, in which case all the foxes will eat them. So I have to keep them fenced in, and then I got to provide pellets, which cost me like about $30 every 2 weeks to feed the chickens. So having chickens for SHTF is really not self-sustaining. You got to put money into it. But the goldfish as a food source for SHTF, this is self-sustaining because you could just once you throw them in the pond, they'll just eat the bugs and all the stuff that's floating around in there, and they'll live on their own. So that's a good SHTF plan. Like I said, like right now, this is about, it's been about 5,500 gallons. Now it's probably it's going to start approaching 5,000 gallons because now we're in middle of July. So it's going to start drying up. July and August, it'll dry up. Last year, we had like almost no rain for almost 3 months. And basically half of this pond dried up to about that point right there. So I dropped from like 5,500 gallons down to about 2,500 gallons. And the fish did fine. Good fishies. A lot of fun. What I'll do is I'll do my shooting. This is like in the middle of the property, so I'll set up my targets at one end. I'll shoot from the other end, and then what I'll do is, as I go to check out my targets, like I'll stop at the halfway point in the pond and I'll check out the fish. So it's a fun thing to have. But anyway, main point of this video: these guys are great for mosquito control. The little ones will eat the mosquito eggs. The big ones will eat the mosquitoes. And like I said, I'm like, 5 o'clock, I could be standing here with like no shirt on. I mean, I'll still got to put some bug spray, but like usually at 5 o'clock, if you're standing near a pond, even if you cover yourself in mosquito spray, I mean, the mosquitoes get desperate, man, and they'll come and they'll start pecking at you, and that's not the case. So if you got a pond, go get some goldfish, put it in your pond, and they'll eat your mosquitoes for you. A lot of different colors. A lot of red ones, a lot of red and white ones, some old black ones. There's a couple of shubunkins in there that are like, you can see them in the video, they're like multicolor. They're still small though. Shubunkins. It's in the top left corner. It's got like a whole bunch of blue in it. I like the old white ones. I've been collecting old white ones lately. I'll go to the, or red and white ones. I'll go to the pet store and I'll have them pick out all the white ones for me. We call them albinos. There's another one with the mohawk and the mustache. You can see the black on his back.